So the whole point of this is to communicate with people without having to speak their language. And if I can do that, then honestly, that is... So I'm also learning basic phrases. So right now I'm trying to learn basic Japanese phrases as well, which I'm doing in less than an hour. And it is hard. So for example, my name is, watashi no nanae wa Shumaile de, which I don't know if pronunciation is right.
Welcome everyone, I hope you are doing well. My name is Shumaile for those who don't know me, and as you saw previously in this video, we are going to try to communicate with people in a language that I don't know. So I went out and asked two people using Google Translate whether they would want to be in my YouTube video and whether they are up for a challenge where they communicate with me without having to speak English and without me having to speak their language. So in this case, it was Russian and Japanese. And just a little disclaimer that this video is not intended to offend anyone but recorded for educational purposes, and the aim is to see if I can communicate with people without speaking their language. Now bear in mind that I had no idea as to what to expect from all of this. I didn't know whether it would be hard, I didn't know whether it would be easy, but I learned a lot from it. And so in this video I am also going to share that. And so beginning with lesson number 1. Learning basic phrases of the individual's language can help them feel comfortable and create a connection. So let me show you an example.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
How are you?
Hi, thank you.
Good. Good. Muy bien.
Yeah, I don't know why I said muy bien, but oh well.
Gomen nasai for coming late.
Yes. No problem.
My name, so watashi no name wa Shumaile. That's
Shumaile-san desu ne.
Shumaile.
Hello. Привет.
Привет, да.
Меня зовут Shumaile.
Да. Yeah.
Желаю хорошего дня.
Дня. Отлично.
Дня.
Great.
Hopefully now you have seen how saying and learning basic phrases of the other individual's language can really help them feel comfortable and obviously, like I said, create a connection. Now this nicely leads on to my second lesson, which is in terms of language learning, knowing key common phrases can help you understand what the individual is trying to say. And this is a simple step you should take, especially if you are trying to learn a language. Let's say, for example, you can't speak English and I say to you, "Hi there, can you please tell me what your name is?" There are so many random words in that sentence. However, if I pick out the word name, and let's assume that you know what the word name means in your language, then you'll be able to figure out exactly what I am trying to say to you. So it just comes down to the point of knowing key common phrases can really help you understand what the other individual is trying to say.
And how do you say yes in Russia?
Да.
Да. And no?
Нет.
Нет. See. Okay.
У меня есть хобби, да. Я люблю танцевать, петь, учить языки. Португальский, английский.
Okay, so португальский, английский is idioma, so languages.
Да.
Да. And my favorite food is pizza. So pizza with, pineapple.
So now you have seen a few examples of how knowing common key phrases really does help aid communication. Now this leads to another point, cognates. Now what are cognates? Now cognates are words that belong to different languages but are identical or very similar to each other in spelling and meaning. For example, in Russian, dance is танцевать, whereas in Spanish, if you ever look at photography, is la fotografía. Now moving on to my third point of understanding one's culture to aid communication. For example, in the Japanese language, they have 3 writing systems, kanji, hiragana, and katakana. Feel free to pause the video and have a read of the different uses of the 3 different writing systems. And I am so sorry, this has turned into a lecture, not really meant to be a lecture, but I found it interesting, that's why I thought I'd put it in. Don't worry, this is all relevant because in the next clip, I will show you how me not having any knowledge of this caused a bit of miscommunication.
One Japanese phrase or quote that you think is important important.
ひらがなは読めますか？
Shigara
ひらがな。
Shiragana wa yomemasu ka?
はい。
And what does this mean?
Can you read ひらがな?
Can I read shiragana? What is shiragana?
Bro, that was a very nervous laugh. And I actually thought the video was going to end, but no, it didn't. So keep watching.
今という間に今ぞなき。今という間に今ぞ過ぎゆく。
No, thank you. Arigato.
So without speaking Russian, without speaking Japanese, could I speak to them and understand them? Very, very hard. Basically, the conclusion I've come to is that if you know some of the core keywords from these languages, I think it makes it so much easier in terms of communication. Like 100 words per language. For example, Sensei, he was going hi. Hi. I understood that he was trying to say yes. You know, like the equivalent in English. Oh yeah. Knowing the core common phrases really does help. And if you genuinely want to learn a language, I recommend you Preply, which is basically an online tutoring system where you can, you know, find your own tutors, pay for a session, and they are very, very affordable sessions, may I just say. It goes from £1 up until, you know, like 50, 40, however much. So if you're interested in learning a language and you want a tutoring session, and bearing in mind the first one is for free as well, so you have a free trial as well, so you can see if you like it or not. So, you know, it's, you know, somewhat risk-free. And then on top of that, if you would like 70% off, click the link below. I really love languages, by the way. I love learning languages, and hopefully, inshallah, one day I am able to learn multiple different languages, and I hope you do as well if you really want to. So yeah, that was pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, give it a like, and feel free to subscribe as well if you haven't subscribed yet. And I shall see you next Monday, and in the meantime, stay happy and keep smiling.